Another one.
How to learn complex software, right? So this question goes, how do you go about learning complex software? Let's say you got a new job or put on a different project and the software is pretty complex. How do you go about learning the software? What is the first thing you do? I'm trying to improve my process as a tester, so looking for what others are doing to get ideas. All right, cool. So this question is right up my alley. Although we don't have an alley over here, but I digress. So how do I learn new complex software? I would say that whether it's complex or not, right? How do you learn the new software? Because you're new to a company, you're new to a team, and they are using something that you've never seen before. Like they have their own, like they might be using, the typical Java or C# or Python, maybe using like a Mongo, but you're not familiar with the actual software, what it does. So hopefully speaking about documentation, hopefully there's some good documentation. But have you ever started off at a company, right? And your first week of orientation is you're just reading documents, or maybe it might be on your second week. Maybe you have orientation the first week, and the second week you're reading documentation about the team that you're going to be working on, right? And it's like all these pages, all these videos, and you have absolutely no idea about what the hell they're talking about. That's happened to me at pretty much every job I've had. And there's not much they can do because you don't have any context behind it. You don't have any context. So you're reading through this documentation, all these foreign words and stuff like that, right? It doesn't make any sense. But what do you end up doing? So here's what I normally do, right? Guess what? The dev environment, the testing environment, starting up locally is your friend. And this is why with my tech barbarians, what I do for them in particular is that I have them learn how to use Docker. Yes, Docker. Why do I put such a heavy emphasis on Docker? The reason is that they are able to start the application locally. So that means that they get the actual application to get built, build a Docker image, start up the container, have Mongo start up as well. They never used Mongo before. They never used Docker before. They never used like Node before. Never used a Mongo. Probably never used Git. But getting familiar with the core components of software development. So now when you actually get the application started up and it's running locally, or you're running on a dev environment, whatever, that means that you can start doing stuff and there's no risk. You're not really gonna break anything. So having your own environment and then start navigating through the software. As you're reading the documentation on one screen, you're actually using the application on the other screen, like clicking it around, trying to figure it out. And once you start figuring out a complex software, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's it. Right? And that's the point. That's the key. You need to, it's like this, right? You buy something and you get the instructions, and the first thing that you do, you read the instructions. You just read it. You don't look at anything that's in the box, right? And now you put the instructions to the side, and now you're trying to go build it without looking at it. No, when I am using the instructions to build something, I have the instructions right here, and I have the whatever I'm building right here. So I follow step 1, put this screw in and do this, boom, do that. Step 2, do this, and I do that. And that's how I actually learn how to build whatever I'm building. But that's the same way of learning the new software. Can I start it up locally? Can I run it on my device so that I have the UI come up, I have the API come up? So when the tech barbarians are using the application, they started the application, right? It's a Node app, it uses Mongo. Now they can go into Postman. They can make an API request to see that it's being added to the database, it's being removed from the database, that they can actually go to the site. They can see that the site is pulling from the database. They learn about authentication and stuff like that. So it's not that, because any new software you're coming to is going to be complex, especially if you're new to the field. So for them, they think like for them it's really complex because they never seen the code before. They never seen this type of application. But I put them in an environment to use the tools so that they can easily learn it. And then we work together on updating the README file. One of my tech barbarians gave amazing suggestions on how to make the README file easy to understand. And that's the goal. But that, for me, it's hands-on. Hands-on is how I think is the best way to learn new software, learn complex software, one bite at a time. What's one thing I can understand and master, and now I know how to do this? It's the same. It's actually the same concept of learning jiu-jitsu. When you first get started, you know absolutely nothing. By your 5th year into it, you know just a little bit less than nothing. And you go from there, or maybe a little bit more than that. Who knows? Whatever, right? You know what I'm trying to say, right? But that is the goal. That is the strategy that I employ when I'm learning new software or complex software. And on that note, let's wrap that one up.
I just stepped out, cap and gown in hand. Dreams in my pocket, got a future so grand. Coding all night, learn the language right. Now I'm ready for the world, my future's so bright. Heart racing fast, I check my email twice. Hoping for that call, yeah, it's gonna feel nice. I'm on my way to the top, can nobody stop me. Dreaming big, working hard, just wait and see. Entry level today, but I'm reaching for more. Here I come, world, I'm ready to soar. Interviews lined up, gotta show my skill. Confidence on high, yeah, I'm ready for the thrill. Got my resume tight, and my passion on display. This is the moment, watch me light the way. Networking's the game, I'm making my way.